Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi, Kaushik.
Hello. Hi.
Yeah. Welcome. Welcome to the SSIT training program. Okay. So before we jump to the demo sessions, okay. So I would uh, want a brief introduction about yourself and also the background that you have to learn about this.
Okay. Sure. Like
We'll
I,
start.
yeah, I finished my BTech in game design and development back in India. And then
For which in which branch?
it's computer science with game designing and development.
Okay.
And like I worked as a game designer for 3 months as an intern back in
Mhm.
India
Mhm.
in Game Shastra.
Mhm.
And after that, I worked as a BPO in Wipro for 9 months, and then I
Mhm.
did my master's in 20. I just graduated in 2023 recently in data science and uh, data science.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't have any prior knowledge in the web development, correct?
No,
Okay. Okay, but you wanted to learn web development.
I wanted to learn Python.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have opted for Python course, correct?
Yes.
Or full stack development.
No, I opted for Python development.
Only Python core and Python advanced, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Just let me confirm this once and we'll continue. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I think you wanted to learn Python from basics to advanced level, correct?
Yes.
Okay, okay, then yeah. So accordingly, we'll cover that. Okay. So before jumping to that, okay, means
Okay.
uh, have you ever done programming? I think you said that already you have done the internship on this game development, correct? So which language
Y-
you were using at that time?
That was with C Sharp, with Unity
Okay,
3D.
okay, okay. So yeah, you need to say that you were doing the game development. So now you wanted to learn Python because of that data science program, correct?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Yeah, no issue. So I'll just give you okay, means I have few questions for that. Means why you wanted to learn only Python because there are other languages as well. So I think your answer would be directly that means you wanted to learn data science. So that's why Python is the best choice for that. Correct?
Yeah, like I wanted to choose a career in data analysis.
Mm-hmm.
So they use a lot of Python programming and data
Mm-hmm.
visualizations, which is very much easy with Python.
Python, correct.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay, so then there is no other factor which could actually uh, which I could highlight in order to jump to Python because I think you have already the enough reasons to jump to Python. Already we have other languages also as well. Means they all are doing means good in their field, but I think Python has got a separate field, like in the field of data science. Correct. So Python has got a lot of tools and lot of third-party libraries, which actually helps us to actually do the developments in the field of data science. Correct. So now, what we will cover in this session means it's basically about how Python is different from other languages. Okay, and
Okay.
why only we need to why people generally choose Python instead of learning other programming language. Okay, and then we'll
Okay.
also cover uh, means how the development means how the execution of the code which is happening in the backend. Okay, how that is
Okay.
different in other language than in Python. Okay, so how it is done in Python but and how it is done in the other languages. Okay, so we'll see at the very deep level. Okay, means how it is executed, means when we run the Python code, what happens in the backend. So all these things we'll see. Okay, and who is responsible for doing all these things. Okay,
Okay.
so that is, means I'll not cover as it is a demo session. So we'll be just going through on very basic uh, level. Means will not be covering much, will not be going much deeper. So I think that's also easy for you to actually get it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So now I'll share my screen quickly. Okay. Okay, so I think for Python, we'll be telling you to install certain softwares and all. So I think now whatever screen that you see here, so that is a Jupyter Lab, means a editor for Python language. Okay, so we must have certain editor which actually can be used for the development purpose. So I think Python has got so many uh, IDE. Okay, and one of them is Jupyter, and there are other like PyCharm. So many of them are there. Jupyter Lab. Okay, so you can install any one of them and you can start the development. So I'll be using throughout the course. I'll be using Jupyter. Okay, and that also I think because Jupyter is actually easy for uh, demonstration purpose. Okay, so like I'll be writing the code and you'll be looking in the front. So that's why we need a Jupyter Lab. Okay, for that. So now I'll be going to the languages. Okay, so I think in day-to-day world you must have heard about language. Okay, people generally used to speak with each other. So I think they have various languages to communicate from each among themselves. So
Um,
like
yes, like may I know your name, please?
okay, so my name is Kumar. Okay, you can call
Yeah,
me Kumar.
yeah, Kumar. Yeah, Kumar, like I think I am uh good with the basics. Like, like I've done some few projects with Python and Jupyter too, like in my master's.
Okay, okay.
So, if it is fine with you, like, can we skip part the basics part and then just head into like hands-on stuff and do something coding or something like that? If that's fine.
Yeah, yeah, that is also fine. So you can directly start from the advanced level. So we have a core and the advanced. Okay, so I think if you're comfortable with the core Python, so we can directly jump to the advanced level of Python. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, not too advanced because I mean, I just know the basics of Python, like how, like, as I told before, like I did
Mhm.
minimum level projects in Python with
Mhm.
Jupyter, like, like visualizing data and building
So
some machine
okay,
learning
so
concepts.
we can actually try that. Means what I'll be doing now, I'll be asking you to just uh, write a program. I'll ask you to write a program. Okay, means that I think that will test your language, test your level as well. So you can
Uh,
simply write a program. Means you have the editor with you.
yeah,
Yeah, so yeah, we can try with that. Means if you are actually that will also test your knowledge, and also I think I'll be getting to know that yeah, how much you know. Okay, so like if I ask you to define a class inside Python, so will you be able to do that?
okay, that part I can't.
Okay, yeah, that's what I wanted to understand. Means which
Yeah, like
at
it's
what level you know, correct? And
yeah, like
if I ask you to define a function, so will you be able to do that?
yes, I can do functions and stuff.
Okay, so yeah, I'll be asking you to write a simple function. Okay, I'll be asking you to define a function which actually accepts a string as an input, and you have to write a function which actually reverse that. Okay, I'll just give an example so you can actually understand it. Okay, so I'll be doing. So yeah, so this is my string. Okay, I am giving you a string. I am the reverse string. Okay, so this is a string given you I'm giving you as an input, and now what you have to do, you have to return the output string. So this is the input string, and you have to return an output string, and that function should return this. Okay, so it should return like if I okay, I'll do just basic level. Okay, so what I'll ask you to this is basic. Okay, so a string should come here, and reverse should come here, and the should come here, then m should come, and then I should come. Okay, so will you able to write a program which actually does this?
Yeah.
Yeah, please do that. Means okay, I'll not ask you to write a code, but I think you can also, I think in Python you don't need to write a very large statement for doing that. Yeah, you can write it. I think it will take only 5 minutes or 10
Yeah.
minutes.
Yeah.
You can share your screen. I think I'll be also looking at your screen.
Sure. Okay.
I'll stop sharing and you can continue sharing. Are you sharing?
Yeah, I mean, I need to change some settings in my MacBook, so I'm just
Oh,
trying to do that. But it's asking me to quit and reopen. Like, just can I join back in just a second?
yeah, you can go on that.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hi, Kumar. Like, let me share my screen.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
yeah,
Can you? Yeah.
yeah, I'm able to see your screen. I can start.
I Yeah. So I just wrote a basic program,
Mhm.
but it's just it's just changing all the words to in the reverse form. I think it's a problem with this. Like, I'm just changing the whole thing with this.
Okay, so you have defined a function which actually okay, you're using this operator. Okay, so but this is not giving you the result
Yeah.
that you want, correct? So how you could approach this? Okay, so I won't go to the logic and all. Okay, so at least you are
Okay.
able to. I wanted to see the syntax and all. I think it's proper. I think you know the basics. Okay, means but that problem solving is a different concept. Means different part of the coding. Okay, I just wanted
Yeah.
to see that. So yeah, you are able to write a code. So that's good. So yeah, means so the topics which we can go through is actually okay. I think in the advanced level, I think we'll start from that OOPS. Okay, so OOPS is a
Okay.
concept in Python. So OOPS is a common concept which actually is available in all the object-oriented languages like C Sharp. Also, if you were to study it, so there also we have this OOPS as a concept. And in Python also, OOPS is there, but I think there is certain syntax level changes. But I think the concepts and all both means all are similar to means they are similar in all the languages. So I think you must have the knowledge of OOPS before you start means before you start writing a very complex program, and also if you start going to the data science and all. Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, because OOPS lets you to design a class. OOPS lets you to design a very big project. Okay, if you are working on a very big software development companies. Okay, and then I think definitely if you don't have any experience in OOPS, so I won't think you will be able to survive there, because usually all of them will write a code which actually will not be a will not be comprised of simple functions, but they will be comprised. They will be containing very big classes which are actually uh, communicating with each other, because you can't develop a application which are not communicating with each other. Always means there is a gap where there is a communication happening among the modules and the layers, different layers. Okay, so that's why
Yeah.
we must have the knowledge of OOPS before we actually jump to any other developments. Okay, so I think, and after OOPS, I think you must have the knowledge of uh, mathematical functions. Like in mathematics you would have studied statistics, correct? So I think if you are going to learn data science, you must have the knowledge of statistics. So in statistics, I think the basic topics that are means you must be having the knowledge on graphs, correct? You must be having the knowledge on array, 2D array, 3D array. Okay, and then I think uh, and the operations between the matrices, correct? And then also I think they all will be covered as a part of NumPy and Pandas module. Okay, so I think you know that
Okay.
this Python provides us these two modules for the data manipulation. Means in the fields of data science, NumPy and the Pandas are the two modules which actually helps us to do the analysis. Okay, so with the help of NumPy and Panda only, you will be able to achieve this. So we will be covering these two topics as well in our advanced topics of Python. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not good with mathematics part,
Yeah. So,
not in a professional level.
mhm.
Yeah,
So
and
you don't have any background on mathematics.
no.
Okay. So then I think if you are actually interested in learning data science, I think you must have the strong foundation of mathematics. Otherwise, I think it will be very difficult for you to get means to design certain models. I think with the help of data science, what you do in the data science, you have to get the input as a data, and then you have to read that data, analyze that data, and after that you have to reach to a conclusion. Like if I have a data which is coming from a medical field, means from some hospital which is actually having a lot of patients which are actually means which are their daily customers. Okay, so out of those
Yeah.
customers, I think those customers are, some of them are from diabetic patients, some of them can be a normal patient, like they are a daily checkups it can be, and also some are cancer patients. So means there are so many patients which are coming to the hospitals. Okay, for their for the treatment. Okay, so now you have the categories of data, like I have a cancer patient, so that will be categorized in a different way. And
Yeah.
so I think, so now you'll be getting all this data in a single collection. Okay, so you'll be having a database where you have all these data together stored. Okay, so now
Yeah.
with the help of data science, you have to just read those data, and you have to prepare the you have to analyze the data. Means means I think in the data science, if you think, I think there are 3 to 4 steps that you have to perform. You need to load the data, you need to analyze the data, you have to
Yeah.
after analysis, I think you have to uh, make some conclusion from that data. So conclusion means something, I think you have to find the pattern from the data. So once you find that pattern from the data, after finding the pattern, you can actually derive it as a model. Okay. So once you derive that as a model, so that will be acting for the means that will be acting as a model for further data in the future. If you have certain data coming in, so you already have the model to predict that, means what is going to happen. Okay. So all these
Yeah.
kind of predictions can be derived from this data means the model that you have designed. So I think in whatever steps I told you just now, so all these steps are being covered, means will be taken care only if you have the strong foundation of mathematics. Understood?
Hello?
Yeah, hello. Am I audible? Hello? 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 Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Oh, yeah, Kumar. I think it got disconnected.
Oh, no issue. Okay. So yeah, so we were actually on the data science topic, correct? So
Yeah.
you I think you must be having that strong foundation of mathematics. So that's what we were covering. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So in order to learn this, I think in Python you will be given few data sets to practice upon. I think in masters you must have done this. Means you will be given a data sets, and then from the data sets you
Yeah.
will be
I mean,
performing certain operations. Correct. You must be knowing that.
yeah, we did that using regression models,
Correct. Yeah. Regression
yeah,
models.
machine learning models and stuff.
Correct. Yeah. So all these things are already covered. So now I don't think where you lag, means you lag at the Python level. Correct.
I I am not good with the mathematics, but like when it comes to data analysis and stuff, you know, like just now you said like we have to take in data and then
Hmm.
segregate data like what in
Correct.
matter
Correct.
we need. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not good with that part. Like building models, like
Hmm.
just like you said, like in simple terms, I'm not good with maths. I'm not good with mathematics and yeah,
Understood. Yeah, yeah. I got that. Means yeah, you are not good with maths, so that's why you are not able to analyze. Means what kind of algorithm or what kind of data processing model I have to apply, so that it can be actually. At last I should be getting the desired result. So that's what I think you are lagging there. So,
yes,
so yeah. So I think to actually learn that you'll have to learn statistics. So that's what I feel. Okay. So statistic is a very important part of maths, and which actually only deals with the data only. I think uh, um, in the 10th or 12th classes, you would have studied about those graphs. I think bar graph, histogram, and the normal graphs that you see, correct? So
yeah,
all those graphs are 2D designed. Means I think you have a x-axis and you have a y-axis, and you have a data, means like in I think I'll start with a very basic example. So like if in your class, so you have 30 students, and out of 30 students, all of them are having their scorecard, correct? Means
yeah,
some of them are getting 90, some of them get in a particular subject, some of them are getting 95, 96, 98, 19. So out of all those data, means so you can derive out many things, like who is the top performer of the class, who is actually the lowest performer of the class, and who got what is the average marks means what is the average marks in a particular subject. So all this kind of analysis only can be derived out from the data only. So the data that you have. So now if I ask you to, if I wanted to ask you to just visualize this data in the form of certain graph, means I think you can have a pie chart for the visualization purpose. You can have a
yeah,
normal graph for that visualization only. Okay. So that a people who is a person who is just looking at the data, means he is looking at the graph, So just looking at the graph only, he will be able to analyze. So this is the complete details of the this ninth class, 10th class, so any class. Okay, so just looking at that graph only, he'll be able to guess what is happening in the class. Okay, so that's what is a kind of analysis that we are doing it on the data. Correct. So what we did from the data means from the raw data, so we are able to devise a graph. So that is what is called as analysis. We did the analysis and we were able to plot the data on the graph, and from the graph we are able to analyze, yeah, this is happening and this is the performance of the class. Correct. So this is
Yeah.
a kind of normal analysis that we are going with the help of graph. But now I think whatever things that you are studying now means that is a data science. In that I think you would have many subjects, like if you talk if you have you ever heard of machine learning? So machine learning is also a part of data science only. So
Yeah.
machine learning, yeah, in machine learning, what they do means you have a hardware, okay? That hardware does not know anything. So that is a means simply a machine. But when you are trying to feed the data into that machine, so that machine will also start behaving like the pattern that you give it to him. Okay. If you have like machine is what? Machine is a normal computer only, normal machine. So that's what I'm saying. So now if you actually start feeding certain data to a machine, and now what happens? You write a program in such a way that means if you give 5 as an input to that machine, so it will start giving you some output from that. So that output will be coming from that model that you have prepared. Okay, so that model is giving you that output. So that output is what? That output is coming from that model. So that model you have to prepare. So now in future, if you are going to give any kind of data to that model, so that model is going to predict me the correct result. So that is what is happening in the machine learning. Correct.
Yeah.
So all these kinds of modeling, and also for that, I think that you have already studied, but I think just going to that place means that analysis part. So the data that you have, now you have to analyze with the help of math. So that's what I think you need to study. So,
Yes.
so I think for that, the course that you should opt for is the advanced level of Python. Okay, and in that
Okay.
advanced level of Python, you will be covering through means we will be taking you through the advanced topics like uh, data analysis part, means that mathematical concepts also it will also contain. So like vectors, multiplication, okay, matrix multiplication. So all these things are the parts of maths only. So they will be covered as a part of pandas and numpy. So I think you need to learn these two modules mainly.
Yeah.
If you, yeah, I think these two modules, if you cover up, okay, in a very detailed way, so I think you will be able to do that analysis and all. Okay, so I think all the algorithms, all the I think we have many algorithms in data science, so that you should that will be covered as a part of your master's class, but they will not be covered in this training. So
Okay.
yeah, means but I think if you wanted to understand data science, I think you will have to master this pandas and numpy. Okay, numpy you have and pandas module you have. So we will we will be going through those modules, and we'll be giving you the detailed overview of that. Okay, and then
Okay.
and also we'll be teaching you the oops, and also we'll also help you to learn means the different, like if you have ever heard of regular expressions. Correct.
Yeah.
So regular expressions is also a very means very important topic that you should be having, you should be knowing, because you are going to work on data, means lot of data. You will have a huge amount of data. So on that huge amount of data, how you are going to filter it out, how you are going to retrieve the actual data, means important data, useful data. So we have a many kinds of data, means you wanted to, so suppose if you are giving a very large amount of data, so out of that you need to gather only the useful data that is important to you. Correct. So that
Yeah.
filtration can be done when you know the regular expression, when you know the correct Python module, how to apply that module to get the correct set of data. So that is what is required for you. Okay, so that can be covered in this Python advanced course. Okay, so you can
Yeah.
opt for that. Okay. So I think that's what you need. And apart from that, if you have any questions related to this course, you can ask me definitely. Okay.
Yeah.
So do you feel like anything more is required for you? You can ask me now on this.
I mean, I think I'll just start with what you just said with the NumPy and pandas. So that I'll have basic understanding on how to deal with data. And then I can work on building models on my own with whatever it is.
Okay. Okay. Definitely. Okay, so yeah, means that's what I gave you the demo. Okay, means actually I would have started with the basics of Python, but I think that you don't need. Already you have that experience, so
Yeah.
need not to learn that basics. Okay, means you can start with the advanced topic. Okay, so definitely you can get back to the team for that
Yeah.
classes and all, and we can continue that. Okay.
Okay. So I have to ask them to enroll me in advanced Python class.
Correct. Yeah. Can ask.
Okay. Yeah.
So thank you.
Thank you, Kumar.